You go ahead and take over. This is Maggie, the Regional Vice President with the Cigna Supplement Benefits. Good morning.
Good morning. So you can see my screen, right? The first page, and right now I'm on the who we are, second page. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So thank you guys. Let's get started. My name is Maggie Medic. I am with Cigna Supplemental, and I have been with Cigna for about 10 years now. So Cigna, a little bit of background on who we are. It's always important to note we're one of the oldest insurance companies out there. We have been in the business for 225 years, to be exact. And from global perspective, we are the largest. We're the largest provider in the world. So for you guys in the senior market, you know, clients are familiar with who Cigna is. They've had Cigna through their work. You know, we insure over 200 of Fortune 500 companies. So if you look at the screen in front of you, you will see the suite of products that we offer. And when I say your seniors are familiar with our products, they've had these products to their work, whether it's medical, dental, critical illness, cancer plans, accident plans. All of those Fortune 500 companies, they have these products. We also have fancy commercials on TV. So anytime we do a commercial or a TV ad, we always get increased production in our brokerage channel too. Now, one thing about Cigna is our brokers, our agents, distribution is our bread and butter. It's 95% of what we do. So you guys can rest assured we treat our agents very well, whether it's from service perspective. I can tell you this AEP, we had probably one of the smoothest AEPs ever, and we wrote the largest volume of business. So we grew our sales 4 times in the last 2 years on our Medicare supplement. And if you called into our service line this year, this AEP season, the longest hold time that we had was like 60 seconds. So we strive to provide the best service, the best in-class service out there. And like I said, because agent distribution is so important to us and it's such a big part of who Cigna is, we always do incentives like trips. I'll show you, there's an incentive today for February, month of February, you can get $50 per app. We're always giving back. So one thing that's coming out that's exciting later this year is our hospital indemnity plan. So we're going to actually launch our true standalone hospital indemnity in 35 states. Now, let me just note, if you guys have any questions, jot them down, and then we'll definitely answer them by the end of this call. So you have the senior market. You're going to have hospital indemnity for those that are in Obamacare business under 65, and then worksite policy as well. So we're super excited for this one. But more to come. That should be launching in June, and we're actually looking to do a nice bonus as well, where you can make like $50 per app on each hospital indemnity. Another exciting news that's coming in 2018, here's the list of states where Cigna is going to launch our own Cigna MedSup product, CHLIC. CHLIC, C-H-L-I-C, that's our most competitive Medicare supplement plan that we have. So write it down, C-H-L-I-C. It stands for Cigna Health and Life Insurance Company. Cigna Health and Life Insurance Company. That is going to be your go-to Medicare supplement product. So the states that are on the map, hopefully you're in one of those states. That's going to be very exciting to launch this year, starting in May.
Is that the light blue or the dark blue states, Maggie?
That's a good question. Light blue. Light blue. So like Florida, Iowa, Nevada, New Jersey is going to be a big one. Utah, Tennessee is going to be a big one. New Mexico, Wyoming, West Virginia, all of those states. Do you guys have presence in any of these?
Yes, we do, and probably all of them.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So that's super exciting because I can tell you The Chilic is our most competitive med sup, and usually when we launch in the market, usually we're the cheapest or the second or third carrier down. So not only you have the Cigna brand, but you're going to have the cheapest med sup out there. So lots of business opportunity for you guys. Okay. Medicare supplement, flexible choice, accident, and whole life. I can tell you those are our top products that we sell. Tons and tons in premium. You know, last year we did over $300 million in med sup premium alone, which, like I said, it's 4 times as much as we did probably years before. So the Chilic is super competitive. Here's the map. This is where we currently are today, okay? So the aqua blue states, the light blue states, is where Chilic is available right now. You guys can sell the CHLIC. Remember, that's the most competitive med sup that we have. The orange states, the orange and the ones with the stars are the ones where we sell Arlic. Arlic is our, I call it, we inherited that paper. It's a med sup that we bought, right? We bought a company called Great American Loyal. And when we bought that company, they insured their med sup on Arlic and Loyal paper. So we still have those 2 papers. But eventually they're going to phase out, right? Eventually you're going to see this map and it's all going to be light blue. Because remember, we have all those Chilic states that are coming out in May. So eventually this map that's currently, you know, in orange and dark blue, it's all going to be light blue because it's all going to be Chilic, the CHLIC. Now the advantage to you guys is that Chilic, unlike Arlic and Loyal, it doesn't have any interest on broker advances. On Arlic and Loyal, if you get advanced, you have to pay interest. Another thing that Chilic has is the no app fee. So Chilic, for the client, there is no application fee. Arlic and Loyal, they have about $20 med sup app fee. So just some of the features that come along with Chilic. And again, the number 1 feature, right, is the most competitive product because it's priced well, not only on 65-year-old, but it's priced well on a 75-year-old as well. So let's talk about our next hottest product. So the med sup, like I said, if you look at any of these states in the sky blue, we're competitive. You know, we're crushing the market. So it's no brainer. We don't have to spend too much time on our Medicare supplement. But I do want to show you how you can double your commission. Every time you sell a Cigna Med Sup, you should really double your Med Sup commission by just adding one of these additional products. And I'll give you some tips and some tools how to do that. So the first product that we have, this is the product right here that has all the bells and whistles. It is the hottest product in the industry. It goes up to age 99. I don't know any other product out there that goes up to age 99. Okay, it's called Flexible Choice Cancer, Heart, and Stroke. This is the map. It's pretty much available everywhere. What is Flexible Choice Cancer, Heart, and Stroke? What is that insurance? It's basically a lump sum cancer plan. Heart or stroke. If you get diagnosed with heart attack, stroke, or cancer, you, Mr. Client, will get a check, tax-free money in your hand at the time you're diagnosed. Now, why do we need cancer insurance? So it's basically a cancer insurance plan. 60% of the cost that's tied to treating cancer is non-medical related. I was just in an agent meeting in Sarasota, and I had an agent tell me her sister-in-law, 30 years old, got diagnosed with renal cancer. She's now going through a procedure removing her kidney. Now, she said, Maggie, you wouldn't believe how much the nice wig cost. Couple $1,000s for just a wig. So this stat right here, 60% of the cost tied to treating cancer is non-medical related. That's according to American Cancer Society. That means there's cost with cancer that no insurance will cover. Even if you have Cigna group plan, even if you have the best Medicare supplement plan, there is still drugs out there, autoimmune drugs, experimental drugs, alternative medicine that's not covered. When you sell the Medicare supplement plan, it's no-brainer to add a nice little cancer policy, because guess what? That client will have the best insurance out there. They're probably going to go get the treatment at the Mayo Clinic, MD Anderson, maybe Siteman Cancer Center in St. Louis. It's like the world-renowned cancer center. So if you have a Medicare supplement plan, you can go to any doctor, which means that client probably will. But how are you going to get there, right? What about transportation? What about pet care? What about flying in your mom to take care of you, flying in your daughter to take care of you? Now your daughter will have to miss work. So there's all kinds of costs that comes with when you talk about cancer. I have an agent that shared a story. Their client ended up moving to Mayo Clinic. They ended up moving to Jacksonville to be next to the Mayo Clinic just because of the cancer treatment that they were getting. Now, in the U.S., you guys know the stats. 1 in 2 men are at risk of developing cancer, 1 in 3 women. Cancer is everywhere around us. When I talk to the clients, or when my top agents talk to the clients, they don't even ask, hey, do you know somebody with cancer? Because everybody does. They ask, do you have cancer insurance? And then they explain the benefit. And usually clients will sell themselves. Usually clients will say, oh yeah, my so-and-so just got diagnosed with cancer. There's usually somebody with cancer that we know. Right now I have 2 coworkers. One is in her 40s, super healthy, yoga, practices yoga every day. And she got diagnosed with lymphoma cancer. And then I have another coworker in her 50s, early 50s, super healthy lady. You would never think, oh, she's going to get cancer. Well, guess what? She got breast cancer, and it's already spread through her liver. So cancer is all around us. I always tell my agents, buy this policy on yourself. The premium that we're talking about here is less than $30 a month. I have a policy on myself. I bought a $50,000 lump sum cancer plan because I have cancer in the family. And I worry about cancer because I've seen what it does. It's such an ugly and debilitating disease. It impacts the entire family, not just the cancer patient. So I bought a $50,000 lump sum on myself about 5 years ago. And I sleep better at night knowing I have that. I pay less than $30 a month for that and $30,000 heart and stroke policy. Now I tell my agents all the time, buy this on yourself. You have nothing to lose. You get commission, so why not, right? It's commissionable. This product is commissionable for life. You get life renewals with this product. And I can tell you, from Cigna, this is our stickiest product that we have on the books. The retention rate on this is 10 plus years. So I told my agents last year, I was in Orlando, and I told a group of agents, buy this on yourself, because guess what? When you walk into your client's house, it's going to go a long way to say, hey, Mr. Client, I have this on myself. I bought this on my family. I have this on my parents. So my agent bought a policy for herself, $65,000 lump sum, and guess what? 4 months later, that agent got diagnosed with breast cancer. I ran into her just a couple of weeks ago, and she was crying, saying, you have no idea what your words did to me. The fact that you told me, buy this on yourself, you're going to get the commission, so it pays for it on its own, right? You're not even paying for anything. And to get a check for $65,000 4 months later. Think about what that did to her, what kind of hope it gave her. So I always tell my agents, buy it on yourself, because you never know when we can be next, right? You never know. If you have heart disease in the family, I would buy a heart and stroke policy. If you have cancer, if you worry about cancer, I would buy a cancer plan. So let's talk about product features really quick. Super easy. It goes up to age 99. You have life insurance clients that can't get any life insurance because they're past age 85. Well, now you have a cancer plan. There is no tobacco on the application. So my dad smokes. He got a quote for final expense, and it was $80 a month because he smokes. And it was only like a $10,000 or $15,000 policy. Well, guess what? He was able to get a cancer plan for $30 a month because there's no tobacco rating. So you guys can sell this literally on everybody. It covers 100% for all cancers. So you get the lump sum as soon as you're diagnosed. You get the check in your hand, and you use that money however you like. Maybe you want to go on a cruise. Maybe you want to fly in your daughter to take care of you. Maybe you want to get some supplements. Think about cancer patients, how much they spend on supplements, vitamins. Maybe they want to start juicing. Maybe they want to eat more spinach. All of that costs money. Maybe they want to pay off their car. Think about somebody that gets a check for 15 grand. They can pay off their car. That would ease the burden, right, during the cancer treatment. So let's talk about Medicare supplement. Again, these cancer plans, the flexible choice, cancer, heart, and stroke, they're really designed to cover the gaps in other insurances, right? So when you think about Medicare supplement, we still have gaps. You have the experimental procedures, you have the alternative medicine. People these days are flying into Mexico to get treatment, Costa Rica. You have the hotel costs, transportation, all of that costs money. If you guys are selling Medicare Advantage, it's no-brainer. With Medicare Advantage, you have the 20% cost share on cancer treatment. My mom has Medicare Advantage plan, and every time she goes to see a doctor, they want their money up front. So I always worry, wow, what if she got cancer? Would you want to go to a doctor and tell them, I don't have any money to start my treatment. I don't have money to meet my out-of-pocket max. What type of treatment do you think that client would get? And your life is depending on it. Now, I have an agent in Sarasota that sold $200,000 in annual premium just on a cancer plan. And I asked him, I said, Steve, how do you do it? How are you so successful? And he goes, Maggie, all I do is ask. I just ask, hey, do you have cancer plan? And then, like I said, buy it on yourself so that you can tell your clients, you know, Mr. Client, I have this on myself. I bought it on myself. Share a story. We all have a story that has to do with cancer. So Steve, the agent that sells a couple $100,000 in annual premium, all he does is ask. He goes, I made it a habit to ask every one of my clients, who do you have a cancer plan with? Or if you guys are selling a Medicare supplement plan, just ask, hey, Mr. Client, would you like this with the additional cancer coverage? That's it. Ask that question, and I guarantee you 60% of your clients will either say, what is that, or they're going to buy it. It's just a question. The underwriting is so simple. The underwriting asks 3 questions, yes or no, and you're approved. No signature required. You can do the entire app online. You answer the questions no, and you're approved. Your policy is issued within 2 hours. You guys are getting paid the next day. If you guys make a commitment and say to yourself, I'm going to sell 1 policy a week, that literally can pay your mortgage. And that 1 policy will turn into 2 policies a week. And next thing you know, you'll be selling 2 a day. Well, I have agents that use this as a door opener to other products. I have agents that go and knock on doors. They have hair salons. Hair salons are at risk of cancer. So they go in and drop their business cards. They talk to the business owner. Mechanics. Think about your neighborhoods where you live. Think about the opportunity that you have. Drop off your business cards. Here's the sample premium. You can be a 50-year-old, get a $15,000 lump sum for $22 a month. I just sat in an agent meeting this morning, and one of the agents, another agent, bought a $15,000 lump sum, and guess what? A month later, he got diagnosed with cancer. He just showed me a signature check for $15,000. He goes, Maggie, I take this to all of my clients. He got diagnosed with prostate cancer. Doesn't go through any treatment. There is no treatment. They're just going to watch it. But guess what? He got a check immediately for $15,000 because that's what he bought. He goes, Maggie, I'm kicking myself every day for not buying a $100,000 lump sum. Can you imagine getting a $100,000 check when you get diagnosed with cancer? It can literally give you hope for survival. So the younger you buy it, the better, right? It's locked in at the issue age. Now, we also have a cancer treatment policy that pays per treatment. So the lump sum will give you money up front, where the cancer treatment is something that you get money every time you go see a doctor. And look at a 70-year-old, $26 a month. What can you sell a 70-year-old that's going to cost $20 a month? Think about that. Now, one other product that we have that's super hot is our final expense. It does have a nice lead program. So you guys, if you sell a Cigna final expense, for every $3,000 in annual premium, we will give you 1,000 lead drops. But guess what? Maybe you don't want to spend that money on leads. Maybe you have your own lead company. Then we'll give you a check for $460 a month in addition to the commission. So final expense has 5% spousal discount. Did you note that none of our products have an app fee? So all of these products that I'm talking about, there is no application fee. That's a great selling feature. No height and weight chart. Premiums will never increase. And again, simplified underwriting. Now, all of the products, we do not require a signature. So you guys can sell everything right over the phone. You can close the whole deal, sell the application right over the phone, and have it issued within 10 minutes, like I said. And you guys are getting paid the next day. So we have products, right? We have a whole suite of products. It's all about you going into a client's house or calling a client and finding what's most important to them. In some cases, it'll be final expense. In other cases, if it's like my dad, he doesn't care about final expense. Well, guess what? Now you can offer him a cancer plan. And I can guarantee you, if you just start asking that question, hey, would you like this with the cancer coverage? You're going to double your MedSup commission every single time. Wouldn't it be nice to get in your pocket instead of $200, $300 to get a check for $600 this week? So for the final expense, take advantage of this lead program. All you need is 3-4 policies a month, and you get there. So 3-4 policies a month, you issue $3,000 in annual premium, and you're getting a check from us for $460 that you can spend on your own leads, or you can do a lead drop with us. Super simple. And here is that program, the lead program. We have tons of agents that participate in this, so definitely take advantage. Okay, I'm not going to go through the product features because it's pretty simple, and I'll actually share with you guys this PowerPoint presentation. I do want to leave my phone number on here. Write a note of the agent resource line because that's the number that's going to help you get set up, or if you have any questions on an existing case. Phone verification line, that's for our Medicare supplement and for the final expense. So definitely take a note of that as well. I'm going to leave that slide for just a second. Okay, so let's move along. I want to show you a few other things, and then I'm going to show you how to quote these products really simply. So here's the contest that we're doing right now in the month of February, and I'm pretty sure we're going to extend it through March, but don't quote me on it, but definitely pay attention to our newsletter because it might get extended. So for the month of February, you can earn 50 extra bucks per app if you just add either cancer or final expense, heart and stroke, to our Medicare supplement plan. It can be an existing MedSup client, or it can be a new client. Now, this bonus will really kind of train you to start asking that question. Hey, Mr. Client, here's your MedSup. By the way, Cigna, Fortune 100 company, they also offer a great cancer plan. Here's the quote. It's that simple. You guys, if you just make it a habit of asking that one question, I guarantee you, you're going to start selling this a couple of times a week. And if you sell one policy a week, you can literally pay your mortgage with this. And again, remember, it's commissionable for life, guaranteed renewable for life. So for the month of February, sell a Cigna MedSup, and you're going to get extra $50 for every app that you combine with either final expense or cancer plan. In addition, remember, if you just sold 3-4 final expense plans, you're going to get an additional $460 because we're going to pay you for the leads. In addition, every product that you sell with us, whether it's MedSup, it counts as 1 credit, or cancer, heart, stroke, and final expense, they count as 3 credits, triple credits. You guys can go to Bermuda next year. This year, we're going to Banff, Canada. I'm really looking forward to the Bermuda trip. So every premium, every dollar that you sell with Cigna will qualify you, will get you one step closer to a trip to Bermuda for you and your spouse or partner. So let's really quickly, I'm going to show you how easy it is to quote these products. They're all on the one portal. So agents love to do business with us because everything is right here at your one broker page. So you guys can literally sell 3-4 products on one client, one application, and you're tripling, quadrupling your commission. If you have a client in front of you, take advantage. Offer them every product you have because it's going to be a lot easier than driving to the next appointment to find a new client. The more products that you have on a client, the better that client is yours for life. So I'm going to click on Get a Quote. And here's so the website that I went to is called agentviewsigna.com. Agentviewsigna.com. I'm going to click on Get Started. And I'm going to run a quote. Well, let's do a 65-year-old because maybe we're selling a MedSup. So I'm going to click on and get a quote, quick quote. Again, the website is agentviewsigna.com. And the internet's a little slow. We're almost done, guys. So Medicare supplement right here. You select the MedSup, and look at how easy this is. The hottest product that we have, remember we just talked about a cancer lump sum that protects you against the cancer, heart attack, or stroke. Guess what? It's right here. You just click select. No application fee. Hey, Mr. Client, would you like this Medicare supplement with the additional cancer coverage? Yes. And you come here and drop down the menu and quote whatever lump sum you want to get. We even have a hospital indemnity rider that's going to cover any hospitalization, not just for cancer, but any hospitalization. We also have a return of premium rider. If you add a return of premium rider and beneficiary dies, or the primary dies, beneficiary will get every penny back, including the riders like hospital indemnity, including the cancer policy. Beneficiary gets every penny back. So this $23 a month, actually in this case, $40 a month, this beneficiary will get back, including the cost of the hospital, including the cost of the ROP, and including the cancer lump sum. If you die, you get every penny back. That's a huge selling point. You guys can add a heart and stroke lump sum. Why do we have cancer, heart, and stroke? Because those are the 3 biggest things that will probably kill any of us. Those are the 3 major things, right? If you go down the street in any of your neighborhoods, I can guarantee you can't even drive a mile without seeing a sign about cancer, without seeing a cancer institute. So if you have a client that tells you, oh, cancer doesn't happen to me, ask him, why do you think there's a cancer institute, cancer clinic, literally every block away, a block away from you? Because cancer is everywhere. There's more and more diagnoses of cancer. You've seen the stats, 1 in 2 men, 1 in 3 women. I shared a story with you guys today. At least 4 people that I know close to me that got diagnosed with cancer. So you guys have the same stories, I'm sure. Now here's the life insurance. You're going to click the final expense, which is not available in Florida. So we're not going to worry about that. And then you guys can even sell a cancer treatment. $23 a month. Who cannot sell a $20 premium? You literally can sell this on every one of your clients because this product right here never expires. It doesn't have any expiration. It's guaranteed renewable for life. You can get multiple cancers and you're still going to get the treatment. You're still going to get benefit. And here's the benefit. So for $20 a month, if you go into a hospital, you're going to get $200 a day, Mr. Client. You go into hospital, Cigna's going to cut you a check for $200 a day. And guess what, Mr. Client? If you're in a hospital for more than 30 days, they're going to double that. You're going to get $400 a day. Mr. Client, if you go get a second opinion, Cigna's going to give you a check for almost $300. Mr. Client, if you go in to remove a tumor, stage 1, you remove a tumor, you're going to get $1,000 a day. No lifetime max for the rest of your life. Maybe you want to go get a treatment out of town. Maybe you don't have a good doctor next to you. Mr. Client, you're going to get a check for $100 a day for your hotel and transportation. Lodging benefit. This is going to cover $100 a day for your hotel. And the benefit list goes on. So again, this product is $20 a month for a senior, $23 a month. So again, you guys have multiple suite of products. You have the best-in-class Medicare supplement plan. I would always encourage you, don't just sell MedSup, add these additional products because you're adding a peace of mind to your client. No client will ever call you and tell you, why the heck did you sell me that cancer plan? It's not going to happen because we all know what an ugly disease cancer is and what it does. It's probably the one of the right heart attack, cancer is the top 3 killers that anybody will pass away from. So I'm going to open it up for questions. I hope I didn't go too fast, but I'm excited to hear your comments, feedback. Is there anybody on the line that sells cancer plans? If you want to share success stories with other agents, I always love to hear how people are positioning this. You know, if you have any cancer stories or if you have any feedback, any questions, you know, we would love to hear your feedback. So speak up.
Okay, Meg, this is Mark again at the Messer office, and the agents do not have voice ability on this webinar, but they do type in their questions. So in the question boxes, let's start with the first one from Tisha, and she wanted to know a little bit more about the hospital indemnity and will it be available in the state of Georgia?
Yeah. So hi, Tricia. Hospital indemnity plan, the true standalone hospital indemnity. For right now, I'm not sure what states are going to launch in. It's 35 states on schedule for May, and I'll be happy to share it with Mark and the Messer team, and then they'll share it with you. So I'm going to shoot a note to my internal team and see if I can get the list of states for you. So I'm not sure if Georgia is one of them, but Tricia, you do have this cancer lump sum plan or heart and stroke, and then you can add the hospital indemnity rider. So this hospital indemnity rider will cover any hospitalization, not just for cancer.
Okay, and a second question from Tish also is, what is the youngest age on a cancer policy?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's 18. So you can sell this on an 18-year-old and up, 18 to 99. Now keep in mind, if you have a family, let's say I have kids, I can insure my kids from age 0. And if you do a family plan, you do get a discount. And guess what? The whole family gets the full benefit, the full lump sum. So if it's a true standalone cancer lump sum, Tricia, then you want to make sure applicants 18 years or older. But if they're going to be on mom and dad's plan, then they can be newborns.
Okay, and the next question is coming to us from Elizabeth. And she wants to know if it takes a separate contract appointment with Loyal American, or could she just be appointed with Cigna to sell those Loyal American life products?
Yeah, so that's a good question. It's not a separate contract. So as long as you're appointed for either Loyal, Arlic, or Chilic, you're going to have access to this agent via Cigna.com. This is the portal. If you have, Elizabeth, if you have any trouble logging in, right, then here's the phone number. Remember the agent resource line? Write it down and give them a call, and they'll tell you what's going on, or shoot me a note. Feel free, email me. I'll help you at any time. Messer team, they're wonderful. Shoot them a note, and we'll make sure that you're in within a day.
Okay, thank
but
you,
it's
Meg.
not a separate appointment. That's the beauty of this, that you guys can sell all these products on one client. And that's the whole idea, is when you're sitting in front of a client, take advantage of that time, right? Tell them about cancer plan. Tell them about heart and stroke plan. Because so many times I hear where agents, clients will call and say, hey, my wife got diagnosed with breast cancer. Do you still have that cancer plan? Well, it's too late now. So you guys definitely need to start talking about these products.
And then our next question, again, coming from Tisha, I will address personally. We don't email the presentation back out, Tisha. This presentation is being recorded, and it will be posted on the Messer website, and that will be a week from yesterday, on Tuesday. You'll be able to get to this webinar, because as of yesterday, the webinar that was taking place last week on NSS has been posted to our website, and that's going to be under the Agent Resources tab. And if you do have questions on finding that, then you can just call back in here to extension 813, and that's our agent services. Okay, next coming to us from Phyllis, Maggie, is the question on supplying leads for Medicare supplement plans. Could you touch on that one more time, please?
Yeah, so the lead program is on our final expense, not the Medicare supplement.
Okay.
So for final expense, if you sell $3,000 in annual premium, we will either give you 1,000 lead drops, or we'll give you a check for $460 and you go buy your own leads. All you have to sell is honestly 3-4 final expense policies with us.
Okay. And this is a good question coming to us from Gwen, and she would like to know if a cancer policy can be sold to a client who has already experienced a cancer.
Yeah, so obviously our hottest lead is going to be somebody that's had cancer or somebody that's had a relative diagnosed with cancer. Now, there's 3 questions on the app, okay? And it asks, have you had cancer within the last 10 years? If you answer no, you move on to the next question. Have you had cancer diagnosis in the last 2 years? And then also, are you HIV positive? If you answer those 3 questions no, you're approved. Your policy is issued. You guys are getting paid the next day. There's no additional underwriting, no medical records, nothing else needed. So as long as that person's cancer-free for 10 years, you're covered. Okay? So as long as they've had cancer, but it's been more than 10 years.
Okay, very good. Also, another question, and it's a good question because policies are different from different companies. When there has been a lump sum benefit paid to the client, does that terminate the policy for future claims?
Yeah, that's a good question. Very good question. So if you're in the state of Florida, yes. But in other states, you have what we call a recurrence rider. And this rider right here costs maybe extra $1 a month, 70 cents a month. So it basically ensures if you get cancer, heart attack, or stroke, and you get diagnosed today, keep on paying your premium, and maybe in 2 years your cancer recurs, you're going to get the more of your lump sum. So yes, it is available recurrence rider for most of the states. It just wasn't available in Florida. So when you run a quote right here where I was earlier, it's going to basically have a, look at this, restoration rider on the heart and stroke. 92 cents a month. And that means you get more than one lump sum in your lifetime.
Okay, and that was from Christopher. Thank you very much, Christopher. Also, we have a question again, this time from Patricia, and she'd like to know what the limit for hospital indemnity would be for hospital admission on the policies.
So it's right here. You go up to $1,000 benefit.
Okay, simple enough.
100 to 1,000 daily benefit. Great questions, guys.
Yes, thank you very much. And this one might be a little bit more difficult to address again from Tisha. She'd like to have a little bit more information on the return of premium rider on a cancer policy, if there are any exclusions or exceptions to that return of premium payout.
That's a good question. I don't believe there is. Let's pull up an outline of coverage real quick.
Perfect.
Outline. And let's put in, okay, let's look at, for example, any of these states. Here we go, flex choice outline. So return of premium, the way it works is if you die, here we go. So in the event that you die and it begins day one, return of premium benefit is payable to your named beneficiary. Okay. Original premium less any claims. Let's see, benefit provided payable only once during the entire time, of course, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't see any exclusions. So no, there is no exclusions. You die from any cause. It doesn't matter the cause of death. If you die, your beneficiary will get every single penny back. So look at this right here. For example, in this example, we're at $64 a month, right? You're gonna get every single penny back. Every single penny back you put into this policy, you're gonna get it back. I'm not seeing any exclusions on return of premium.
But there is an increase in the cost of the premium when you add the return of premium rider.
Exactly. And that cost, you're going to get it back when you die.
Okay.
Yep, right here. Guys, read it.
Okay.
Very good question.
That pretty much answers it very well.
Is there any agent on the line that will buy it for themselves?
I hope there are. I don't think they're gonna commit and give me an answer on the phone on it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always tell my agents, buy it on yourself because you have nothing to lose. You never know.
That's right. Another question coming in from Christopher is on that hospital indemnity rider, if the person is only there under observation, in other words, does not get the admission into the hospital, does that indemnity rider still pay for that one day?
Yeah. So our hospital indemnity right here, you have to be admitted. It's for hospitalization, and it pays full 30 days. So we're going to pay full 30 days as long as you're in a hospital. Now, we are coming out with that true standalone hospital indemnity that's going to cover observation. That's in May or June. But for this one, it basically covers your hospitalization for a full 30 days.
Very good. Another good question coming to us this time from Patricia is, if there has been an admission to the hospital within the last 12 months, would that person still be eligible to add on that hospital plan?
If well, can you repeat the first part?
Yeah, if the client had actually been hospitalized overnight in the last 12 months, will they still be able to? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I would have to look at the application real quick, right, for the hospital indemnity. And again, simple application is just going to be yes or no questions. So here we go. Here's the app and health history. Here we go. Policy, hospital indemnity. During the past 10 years, diagnosed, no, Here's the hospital indemnity. Right here. Hospital indemnity has some additional questions. So let's see, what does it say? During the past 3 years, have you been advised of any tests? Is any applicant pregnant? Is any applicant within the past 2 years been confined in a hospital? Here we go. Look at this right here. If you answer this yes, then you cannot qualify. So that should answer your question. Great question right here.
Definitely has to be more than 24 months, and then they'd be okay.
You got it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that was Patricia. Thank you, Patricia. Just to start closing it off, there was one more question regarding commissions, and we can't just make a blanket statement of that over the line to you. You do need to talk to your upline to find out what your structure is and what your commissions would be on these products. If you have a direct contract with us here at Messer, you can call back in and speak to one of your marketers, and they too will be able to tell you what your status and amount would be on the commission for these different products. I just had one more question myself here, Maggie. There was a time, well, I actually have two. Does both the ARC and the Chilic allow a 7% household discount for people on those Medicare supplement plans?
Yes. You got it.
Okay, and then the second question, there was a time here in North Carolina where I was selling the Arlic product because they had come out with some acceptable health conditions that were besides the norm. And then there was an underwrite process where there would be an increase in the premium. And that was covering. Okay, so agents, so that you know this, on those products of the Arlic, if someone has COPD, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, diabetes
and neuropathy.
Yes, angioplasty, angina, cardiac pacemaker, arterial fibrillation, or defibrillation. Yes, all of those are covered, so that you know you may have been turning away clients because the question on the app you were reading would have automatically declined them. But again, under the Arlic plan with an increase, it's not going to be a straight out quote the way you would pull it. But you can find that out by using the software available, but you will have plans available to sell to people that have had these issues, including a TIA. So I think that's wonderful. Maggie?
And Mark, the states that's available, whatever you see a star, that's where that's a substandard underwriting is available. We call it Arlic substandard underwriting, which means we will accept conditions that are normally declinable. Everywhere that you see a star.
Which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Maggie, thank you very much for your time this morning. A wonderful presentation, a lot of information that you shared with us. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this webinar. Again, next week on the 28th on Wednesday, start blocking out your Wednesday 9 a.m. on your calendar, and hopefully we'll have a product and a presentation that does fit your needs. Obviously, if it doesn't, you're not going to sign in, but make sure you start blocking that out, and we will be doing a product next year from GTL. I won't get into any details on it right now, but you'll see it on the e-blasts, and we have worked with GTL for a couple of years now. You will also find their products will be beneficial to you. Again, Maggie, thank you very much for your help today and for bringing all this good information to us.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, we're signing off until next week. Thank you very much again, all of you.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.